Okay, let's jump right into a really powerful idea for making the most of our time. It's called the 30,000-day blueprint.
30,000. Just take a look at that number for a second. What do you think it means? Well, on average, that's how many days you get in a human lifespan.
Yup, that's it. 30,000 days. And the thing is, they don't come back. I mean, to put it in perspective, if you're 30 years old, you've already used up about 11,000 of them. They're gone. Now, this isn't meant to freak you out, not at all. It's really about bringing a little bit of clarity, a little bit of purpose into focus.
So, it leads us to what might be the biggest question of all, right? How are you going to use the days you have left? That's what this whole blueprint is about.
So, the first step, and this might surprise you, it's not some new app or a fancy productivity hack. It's actually about understanding how your own mind experiences time. Because, believe me, our brains play some pretty wild tricks on us. It's something called the time paradox. Have you ever wondered why your childhood summers felt like they lasted forever? But now, as an adult, a whole year just seems to vanish? It's all because your brain measures time by logging new experiences.
See, as a kid, pretty much everything is new. So your brain is constantly hitting the record button, which makes time feel slow and really rich. But as adults, we tend to fall into routines. The same commute, the same work, the same shows. Our brain just flips on autopilot, the days blur together, and time feels like it's stuck on fast forward.
But here's the cool part. You can totally fight back. You can consciously hack this system. Just introduce a little novelty. I'm talking about small changes, like taking a different route to work, learning a new skill, or even just talking to a stranger. It forces your brain to wake up and start recording again. It's literally a way you can stretch time.
So how does this whole understanding of time build into the blueprint itself? Well, it's not about trying to cram more stuff into your days. It's about building the core pillars of a life that actually feels meaningful.
So how do you find out what truly matters? Try this little exercise. Imagine you're 90 years old, looking back on your life. What were the absolute highlights, the big moments? Try to identify your top 3 life-defining goals. And here's the crucial part. Treat everything else as a do-not-do list. It is such a powerful way to cut through all the noise.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's the trap so many of us fall into. We confuse being busy with being productive. We fill our calendars with all these tasks that feel urgent in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, they don't really move the needle on what's truly important to us.
So the first pillar is relationships. Think of every relationship you have like a bank account. Every single interaction is either a deposit or a withdrawal. And you know what? It's the small, consistent deposits, like genuinely asking about someone's day, that build the most wealth. And one of the most powerful deposits is helping others. It's a funny paradox. When you give your time away, you often end up feeling like you have more of it.
Pillar number 2 is health and energy. Because let's be honest, time management is completely useless if you don't have energy management. Good health basically multiplies your life force. Simple things like daily movement don't just keep you fit, they clear your mind and help you solve problems when you feel stuck. And sleep isn't a luxury. It is your brain's absolute superpower. It makes every hour you're awake that much more effective.
Next up is Pillar 3, work and growth. I want you to forget the old idea of a career ladder. Think of it more like a career playground. You can move sideways, you can go forward, you can even try something totally new, all while collecting skills. And just remember, the best opportunities are almost always waiting just outside your comfort zone.
And finally, Pillar 4, financial intelligence. Now, this isn't about getting rich just for the sake of it. It's about seeing money as a tool for freedom. A financial cushion buys you options. It gives you the space to take risks, to chase a passion project, or to simply buy back your own time when you need it most. Okay, so with these pillars in mind, we're at the final and honestly most important section, taking action. Because at the end of the day, you are the architect of your life.
I just love this idea. Life isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you actively design. It's a system you build piece by piece, made up of all these different elements we've just talked about.
So where do you begin? It's simple. Don't try to change everything all at once. Just pick one idea from this blueprint that really gets you excited. Just one small thing. And treat it like an experiment for 1 week. See what happens. Tiny changes are what create the momentum for huge transformations.
Which brings us to our final thought. We've covered a lot. Hacking your perception of time, defining what you truly care about, and building the pillars of your life. So, the only question left is, what's your first experiment going to be?